He's not a good planner.
Interesting.
And,
We're finally streaming.
are you ready?
Almost.
Oh, and what do you mean he's not a good planner?
I don't know, I guess I. No.
He won't let me control him.
Yeah. On.
On. Good morning. Welcome to church. I am Jesse Peterson. Happy belated Thanksgiving. I hope that you all had a good one and that on your travels back home or wherever you're going, be careful and watch out for Allah Akbar folks. All right? So be careful out there. Keep your eyes open. And good morning to everybody here.
Good morning.
How y'all?
Well.
Good. Everybody had a good Thanksgiving? Yeah? Yeah? Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
We had.
Oh, hold on for the mic. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We already had ours. We're from Canada.
You're from Canada?
Yeah, and we came here yesterday. So
And you just got here yesterday?
yes, but
So-
we went to LA and then we Vegas and then we came here.
Right on. And so when did you have it in Canada?
It's in October.
Oh, it is. So you already celebrated.
Oh yeah, we did.
So did you eat with us here in America too?
We stayed at a hotel, so we had pizza.
So this is your first time here?
My
What's
first
your name?
time. T.
Any questions for me?
I do, but right now I don't know. But I do have questions.
Oh, you do? And you don't want to ask right now?
I cannot think of anything.
Oh, I see. Anything you disagree with?
No, I agree with everything.
Really? And are you married?
No,
And you have a boyfriend?
no,
Oh, that's your brother?
that's my brother.
Oh, that's your brother. Oh, good. When you said you're in Vegas, I'm thinking, like, oh, God.
No, with my brother.
Good. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
My producer's from Canada. He's not here today,
Nick?
but yeah, he's from Canada. What's your name?
Nash.
Nash. Any questions about anything?
I have lots of questions, but I'm gonna let everybody figure out where this is going.
No, I
But-
want you to. You're
Oh.
away from Canada. You should
Okay.
take advantage of it now.
So my question is, I got introduced to you by my sister,
Right on.
and after she introduced me to you, I realized that like I'm a typical, very beta male. I'm married and I have a 3-year-old daughter.
Yeah. You married?
Yeah,
And you have a 3-year-old daughter?
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm 32.
You're
And
32?
yeah.
You look young, man.
Oh, thanks.
Black don't crack. Even in Canada, black don't crack. Go ahead.
So throughout before I got married, I thought I was a very alpha male. But then when I got married, I realized the wife that I got married to, she brought out the anger in me. So I feel like we're both angry people,
Yeah.
to the point where I've done the typical stuff you talked about. I've cried in front of her.
Oh,
I told
my
her
God.
my problems.
You told her your problems?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So now, and also the relationship got to a point where it got physical. Like, I mean, she beating me because I'm still
was
beta as
beating
well.
you?
Yeah.
You told Harpo to beat me.
So the issue that I have now is I've been watching your stuff for like almost 6 months now, and I'm in the process of waking up.
Yes.
But like now, when I see my wife, it hurts me. Like when she does stuff, and when I see people around me, I'm getting to a point where like stuff that people do to me, it's kind of hurtful, and I don't know why I'm still stuck in this relationship. The first time like in my head, it makes sense because I'm, my daughter, I don't want her to live without me and stuff like that.
Right.
But then at the same time, I'm not happy. Like I'm I'm hurting inside. So I don't know where the issue is.
Right.
And I feel like I kind of like the pain. Like sometimes when
You like the pain?
I feel so, because I always go back. Everybody who has done something wrong to me, I always go back.
Right.
And even with my wife too, I always, it's never her, it's always me. I always try to find a way to make things work and stuff like that.
Amazing.
So-
And so, what does the pain feel like?
It sucks because a year ago, I got depressed to the point like I fell, and I started having these anxiety and panic attacks,
Yeah.
and I started doing the
Hold the mic
medication,
up to you a little bit.
the medication stuff. I
You
did
on
it
the
for,
medication?
no. I did it for like 3 weeks,
Uh,
and then it was just making me yawn and stuff like that. But then I stopped the medication
Oh,
because I
good.
started like journaling and just having time for myself, and that kind of helped me. And then now I'm past that. But like now, when I have some moments, it's always when I'm dealing with my wife.
Yeah.
That's kind of triggers it. And it's even making it worse because now my dad also got diagnosed with cancer. So now it's like so many things happening at the same time.
right.
And it's kind of overwhelming. I don't know what to deal with. So I feel like I have my life on pause. And I'm trying to deal with my dad's situation, my relationship. So I don't know. It's like very confusing. And stuff.
What do you have to do with your dad's situation? Your father's situation?
We have to help him with the medication and stuff like that.
We who?
Me and my sister, and I have another sister.
Oh, he doesn't have insurance?
No, he does, but like taking him to hospitals, making sure, because he has brain cancer, so sometimes he forgets.
Oh,
So getting on top of that, and also making sure his bills are paid and stuff like that.
where's your mother?
She's there, but
Why
they're
can't she
also-
do that?
Say that again?
Why can't she handle all that?
No, she can, but they're like older, and they're also like
Oh, I see.
immigrants, so
Oh, I got
stuff
you.
gets like a little bit complicated. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you feel sad about your father having cancer?
I used to, but then she kind of helped me go through it, and now I don't look at it as
Right on.
I'm not sad, I'm anything. I'm okay with it now.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And so, what's your question for me?
My question is the relation. How do you know when to walk away, or do you like? I feel like I know the answer, but then it's like, it's the beta in me.
Beta.
Yeah.
Beta male from Canada.
And I'm just scared. I'm scared to make. I'm scared.
And
I
there's
don't
some
know.
betas are everywhere. And all colors.
Yeah. So that's where I'm stuck.
You afraid to do what now?
To walk away. I feel like
Why do you want to walk away?
Because I feel like I'm walking away from my daughter.
But why do you want to walk away from your wife?
Because I'm going through the change and she's not.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Has she cheated on you?
No.
And you have not cheated on her, right?
No.
You can't walk away. You're stuck. And it's going to take her 50 years to overcome. And right at a little glimpse, when you see a little light in her, you're going to die. You're going to be like, oh, Lord. No, but you're in a very amazing position now. You're married, you have a child. Now you're seeing reality. Just be patient, do the silent prayer, and be patient, be honest with her, and you are changing already. And your daughter and your wife will appreciate that in the long run, especially your daughter. She's going to appreciate it immediately. So you're becoming the man you need to become with your family. So you're doing just fine. And so the sadness that you feel, allow yourself to go through that because you're repentant, you're overcoming. And then that's the right kind of sadness to go through. And so when she tempts you to be angry, just notice it, but it's not personal. Just know that she can't help herself. And just as you could not help yourself, don't judge yourself at all. Don't have an opinion about it. Just watch it. And amazing things are happening right now. So you're perfectly doing fine. It's working out the way it should. Your mind is being renewed, and the old ways are dying off. It's spiritual, and that's what takes place when you're born again. And the reason, and if you were not born again, you could not see all these things happening on the inside. So you're doing really well, man. You're gonna look back and all those things to be done with, and you're not gonna believe, wow, I used to feel that way. I forgot I felt that way. Or my wife used to get on my nerves. Now she doesn't. And so don't worry about it. You're doing just fine. The real you is growing. So allow yourself to grow because it's spiritual. So like a physical child grows, that's how you're growing in the spirit. All you need to do is watch and be honest.
But then I feel like me becoming the man I'm becoming, it's triggering like
Hold the mic up.
it's triggering like some negative things in her. Like she doesn't like that. She doesn't like the fact that I'm taking charge now.
Right.
I'm telling her what to do. So it's like,
But that's beautiful. You're bringing the hell out of her. You married her. You didn't see what you were getting into. Now you're waking up and you see you married Satan's daughter. But she needs you. She needs a father's love. So she needs you to love her like that so she can overcome. And she's going to kick and scream and throw up green stuff and scream at night while you're sleeping. But that's the love that's coming through you that's helping her to overcome. That's what women need from men. They need that from their father when they're growing up, but the father's a baiter. So when she get married, she needs you to be that way so she can overcome. The light in you is bringing out the darkness in her. That's what you were created for. So God can create love through you to help your wife and your kids. So that's good. As she loses control over you, and she doesn't like that, spirit doesn't like that at all.
yeah,
It love having that control. Now it's losing control of your soul, and it doesn't know what to do. It's screaming and yelling and mad and all that because it's upset. It's losing your soul.
okay,
So you're very fortunate. So is your wife and your child.
okay,
So just relax and go through it. Not a big deal. Watch her how she's screaming and carrying on. And sometimes you see when she's acting out, you're like, wow, you look so crazy. Cut it out. I see you, Satan. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. And if she attack you in a physical way, call the cops and have her arrested and leave her in jail until she can bail her way out. Do not get her out of jail. Have you done that already? Do they have the same laws over there that if a man attacks a woman, he go to jail?
I see it on TV. Americans do that a lot, I guess.
Right, but not in Canada?
No.
Oh, we pass a law that if a woman hits you, she going to jail. But you're really doing just fine, man.
I don't know, it's tough, man.
And you're dying from, what else? I mean, the other thing that's so nice about it, you're becoming dispassionate. You're overcoming the passion because anyone who is into passion is a dangerous person and a weak person. Passion is of your father, the devil. Dispassion is of God. So you're really growing. I'm excited about you. You're growing. Just be patient, that's all. And you're being cleansed of all that garbage you picked up. Did you go and forgive your mother?
Yeah, I did, but
Speak into the mic for me.
I don't think she understood.
She doesn't need to.
Yeah.
And what happened when you went to her?
First of all, she's like, oh, so you're saying that it was bad that I did all these good things and stuff like that?
And you said, yep.
Yeah, because now, like, the joke now is like, every time when I visit them, my dad, and she cooks food, and I'm like, Mom, remember when you were younger, when you used to feed me, be like, yummy. Like now, like, because when I got married,
Yeah.
my wife's food it didn't taste the same as my mom's food.
Right.
Like no matter how because my wife is an amazing cook, but then it just never tasted the same.
Right.
And I kind of
Mama
brought that
cooking.
to, yeah. And
Mama's love.
I brought that to her. And she still, even now, it's like a joke for her. It's like, oh, yummy. Like every time when I go to her house, but like, it's a struggle, but like she's working through that.
We'll tell her to cut it out. The next time she does, say, you know what? You cut that out. I'm not coming back over here. You're going to treat me like a man or I'm not coming back. I'm not your baby. Don't, because she's trying to draw you back in. Don't fall for it.
Yeah.
Really, put your foot down.
Okay.
Tell Mama how the cow ate the cabbage. Really, you can't play around with that spirit. She's
Yeah.
really trying to seduce you back into her world and control you.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
It does?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
It's like when I watch you and when I'm here now, it's very easier said. Like it's like I get it, but like once I'm in the moment, it's not the same at all.
I noticed that about men who wake up. They're like, oh, I'm all man now.
Yeah.
I can tell my woman what to do. And then as soon as something happens, they get mad or something like that. They won't snap out of it.
Yeah.
They become just like a woman, emotional. They don't let it go. They pretend like I got it. I'm walking on water. I observe. But for some reason, when they get mad, they'll just walk around looking crazy like a
Yeah.
woman, right? And they won't just know that, you know what, I'm angry right now. This is that spirit that needs to die. And they won't just move on and let it be there and overcome it. They start acting like they never heard the truth. But when you get back home, just be aware and then speak up when those moments come. But if you miss it, no big deal. It'll come back around.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. So if mama go, oh, taste it, right? And you didn't say anything that time, she gonna do it again. And next time you'll be ready. But you have to be firm with her.
Okay.
Don't let her, because she'll seduce you back into it. And with your wife, be firm, but don't be angry. And if you're angry, just relax, but yet be firm. And you're changing the real you. Because it's spiritual, we can't change ourselves, of ourselves. That's why we shouldn't have an opinion of ourselves. I have no opinion of myself. Zero opinion. So don't have an opinion about anything. Just watch and live. You smoke pot?
No, never did. No.
Oh, good. So be firm with your wife, and that's what love is. Just don't be angry at her. She can't help it.
Okay.
But while you're growing, I'm repeating it, but while you're growing, your mind, you are going to slip into anger. Just know you are, and no big deal. And you're overcoming it. But if you judge yourself for being angry, Satan's going to tell you, it's not working, you're not growing, it's not happening. It's not true. Only if you judge yourself.
Okay.
All right? Because your daughter and your wife need you. She's never had a father's love.
That's true. Yeah, because she doesn't even talk to her father at all.
Yeah. She wouldn't be acting that way if she were close to her father. She's looking for a father's love. She hated when you're strong, and she hated when you're weak, but she prefers strength. Her nature need that.
But then she's also a strong person, so now it's...
No,
like,
she's not. No such thing as a strong woman, only weak men. She's a willful woman,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
because strength is love. It's not that. You want me to fly over there and deal with her? No, I'm going to be coming over there because
I'll
we have a
handle it.
lot of folks over there that listen to the show.
Yeah,
So I am going over there and give a talk.
that would be
So
nice.
make sure you keep up.
Okay.
Is she black?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
black.
Lord.
Yeah.
Is she a Canada black or African black?
She born African,
Oh,
but
Lord.
Canadian, yeah.
You got double trouble on your hands. But don't worry, man. You're doing just fine.
Okay.
Are you doing the silent prayer?
I started, but like I'm slipping.
Suffer and die.
I know.
I should have asked you that first. Suffer, all that talk. And you're not even doing the silent prayer. Suffer. How is God going to help you if he can't show you what's happening? If you can't see, how can you be helped?
That's true.
That's why you're not really understanding all that stuff you're feeling, because you're not seeing what's happening. You got to be aware.
Okay.
And only God can make you aware. Otherwise, suffer and die. Any other question?
Just on a lighter note, just traveling from the airport, talking to all the guys, all the black guys that I've seen,
Yeah,
they don't really like Trump.
I know.
Yeah.
They're beta males.
Yeah, so like every time I took an Uber or something, like when I start that conversation, they just look at me like I'm just crazy. I'm like, why don't you like him? It's like, so now I'm trying to figure out, it's like, is this the typical American black guy thing that like they're very
Yeah.
anti-black, I mean, Trump, right?
Yeah, they several things going on. They have their mother's identity, so they think and feel like a woman, not like a real man. So any man that comes along, they're gonna hate the masculinity in that man because they hate their own identity. So they really can't help it. And then they've been told that the white folks are their enemies, and they hate white people. They literally can't help it. And anyone, I'm surprised, did they tell you to go back to Africa?
No.
I'm surprised they didn't say, you ought to go back to Africa. But it's just, they're in a fallen state and really can't see what's going on.
Oh,
They've been influenced by their mothers and not by their fathers. And then you have the race hustlers brainwashing them all the time about racism and all that. But that's what it is. All right?
And another question.
Yes.
When I was at the mall, why is it like I saw like a lot of females that are like lesbian, but
Lesbian!
but like the male looking ones. But why is it like a lot of black women are becoming that? Like
Lesbians?
especially in here in the United States. Like when I went to the malls, they dress like a man, they talk like. Why it's
Because
like
they're
it's,
not getting their father's love. And they hate that. And they hate their mothers too. So you become attracted to what you hate. So they're not going to have sex with mama in some cases. So they go out and find a mama lookalike. But they're looking for the love of a father, really.
Wow.
That's why God said that he's going to turn the children back to the fathers and the fathers back to the children, because that's a dangerous spirit. It destroys everything that's coming from the mothers.
Yeah, that's all.
Welcome to America, home of the free and of the brave.
Yeah.
Mark, you have a question? Really good questions, man. You can see clearer now what to do once you get back?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, right on. How old is your daughter?
3.
3 years old. Yeah,
Yeah.
she needs you, man,
Oh.
especially at age 3.
Yeah,
So just be of love and not of hate, and your daughter will be fine.
yeah, that's true.
But you can't leave. You're stuck. Sorry. And look, don't expect her to change overnight. It's going to take 50 years.
And then once he changes, then I die.
Then you're going to die.
Okay.
But you die with a smile. Because your daughter will be grown and she'll be amazing. She'll love her father, have a great family. And then your wife will come around and she won't go move with your daughter. She'll live on her own. Yes, Mark.
I was just going to say, it looks like he's looking for a specific result. Like he wants either his wife or people, someone to understand him, or.
Well, he just didn't understand. A lot of people, what a lot of people don't know is, I think that a lot of people think once you wake up, then you have no more all the other stuff going on, right? All the emotional stuff, or sometimes you fall into anger and all that. I think most people think that doesn't happen. It does happen. It's just that if you don't react to it, you're overcoming it. Unlike a person who's not been born again, they're stuck. But because you've been born again, the Father in you is helping you overcome it. But Satan will tell you that you're not changing. So it sounds like that's what it was. And if you don't have someone to remind you of that, you wouldn't know that. So you're doing just fine when you wake up, all right? Anything else? Anything else, Mark? No, okay. This your first time here?
Yes, it is.
Oh, welcome, man. Happy Turkey Day.
Thank you, too, Jesse.
What's your name?
Alex,
Alice. Nice name.
thank you.
Any questions for me?
Yes, I do have one question.
good.
I've kind of been thinking about this. Why do men and people in general like to suffer?
Because Satan is their daddy.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with suffering if you have the right attitude about it. Like, when you wake up and you start being right, living right, doing right, it really gonna come upon you. But you gotta overcome it, and that's what causes you to grow. You don't hate what's happening. So it's really good for you in a way as long as you don't hate what's happening.
Okay.
No pain, no gain.
True.
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're dating?
No.
Oh, you ever dated?
Yes.
And where is she now?
I don't even know. I haven't talked to her in a couple of years.
Oh, you haven't? Did she rule over you? She controlled you?
She tried, but I broke it off before she could.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't handle it?
No.
Man.
No way.
No. Where you from?
I'm from San Antonio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Amazing. Any other question for me?
No, I can't think of any.
All right. This your first time? What's your name?
Sean.
Sean?
Sean, yeah.
Hey, Sean.
Hi.
Where are you from?
San Diego, but I'm currently moving to Nashville.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Any question for me?
No questions. I just wanted to thank you. Just for
How's things going for you?
really good now.
Oh, yeah?
For the
And so
first time in my
what
life,
was
yeah.
the change? What happened?
Honestly, just finding you, finding the message, doing the silent prayer, and
Yeah.
reading the Bible for the first time,
Right on.
not rejecting God.
You dealt with your mother?
Just recently, yeah.
How did that go?
It was it was eventful. The first time it was kind of phony. I could kind of tell she was manipulating me and
Yeah.
not really receiving it well.
Yeah.
And then it actually kind of blew up on Thanksgiving Day, and so I really saw it. And
Oh,
really
this
kinda-
past Thanksgiving?
Yeah, just a few days ago.
What happened?
I was giving her advice, and after 2 weeks ago we had the forgiveness talk, and I thought she received it well, but now it was kind of obvious that she didn't.
Yeah.
So she kind of blew up and yelled at me, and I just kind of put my foot down and said, I literally said, "Fine, suffer."
Right on.
And
Suffer, mama.
for the first time, and I was kind of wondering too why like the anger and the emotion wasn't really going away after the first conversation,
Yeah.
even though it seemed like it worked. But now I actually kind of feel like, I hugged her goodbye and said I forgive you and I love you, and now I'm moving to Nashville. So
Right on. Amazing. Good, man.
Yeah.
Well, stay with the prayer, and
Yeah.
it's working. It'll
It
be
is,
fine.
yeah. It definitely
That's
is, yeah.
good. Anybody else? No? Is this your first time here?
Oh, no, second.
Oh, how was your turkey day?
It was good. It was
It-
good. I was in Chicago for it.
Oh, with your family?
Yes.
And were your mama there?
And she was.
How did that go?
Well, I forgave her. And
Oh,
she
you
went-
did?
I did.
On Thanksgiving Day?
No, the day after.
Oh, good. Otherwise, you were not going to be invited.
No, she went crazy.
See?
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, I told her that I forgave her, and I guess my mom and my dad have been together, but my dad has also been kind of always messed around with other women, I guess, and so he, she was upset at the fact that I was forgiving her. I haven't had a chance to speak to my dad yet, but she was pretty upset at the fact that I was telling her that, and she was bringing up all the things that my father has done
Yeah.
to her. Yeah.
You would think that if someone come to you and say, "I forgive you," you'd be happy to hear that. Like, "Oh, thank you. I couldn't help myself," right? But instead, the mothers get mad. What the? As Joel would say. Yeah, that's crazy, huh? And so, were you nervous?
No.
Oh, good. And so you're well now. You're doing well.
Yeah. I still need to speak to my father though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Why did you do it while you were there?
He wasn't there.
Oh, he was not there?
No.
They're not together?
No, they recently separated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, deal with your father too.
Right.
All right, any question?
No, sir.
All right. So I noticed that, and I brought this up on the radio show, that most people are brainwashed and don't know it. Let me ask, what do you think about all what we just said about women and what you heard? That they would kill you in 50 years and all that.
It's true. We are crazy.
But the women don't have to be that way either. They need to overcome mama and love their father so that they won't do that to their own children. They have been recreated by their mothers as well. They're not themselves.
Yes. And so what helps? I mean, just obviously forgiving your father and your mother.
Yeah.
And then and over time just watching yourself and then you change, or is that what happens?
Do you feel like you're becoming yourself now that you've dealt with both parents? What is it like for you?
For me, as far as like having a relationship with my dad now, I do feel a peace that comes with that,
Yeah.
and a love. And so, but I also, I don't know, I feel like I do get frustrated at certain things still.
Say what now?
I do get frustrated still.
And how do you deal with the frustration when it comes?
Well, now I just try to be honest and like straightforward.
Yeah.
And I think I realized that actually helps, even though like it just may sound like it might hurt someone's feelings, but to me, it just makes me feel better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just don't hate them. And
Yeah.
sometimes you might not want to be honest. You just relax and notice that you believe the thought and now you feel that way.
Yeah.
But still do what's in front of you to do. If
Yeah.
it means speaking up, whatever.
Yeah.
And don't give it a lot of attention. Just
Okay.
watch it.
Okay.
It's the same thing I was saying to the young man. It's the same spirit, and you overcome it the same way.
Yeah.
It's no different. because a lot of ladies are not themselves, they are their mothers. And you want to be yourself. You don't want to be your mother. You want to be you. And that works better.
Yeah, for sure. I was just having this conversation with my dad yesterday, how my mom, I was telling him that she still has resentment towards him and all of that, and she still tries to badmouth him to us. And he was just, I just noticed that, I just said my mom's very judgy, but then I kind of seen it as I said it, I realized that I'm actually very judgy too. So
Right.
it was like
And just watch that. No, I mean, that's beautiful that you can see it. The problem is most people don't see. But the fact you can see it, that's all you need to do.
yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was like, why is she like that with my dad? But then I am like that too. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's crazy.
But you're overcoming. Just relax. Smoke a joint. Relax. It's not a big deal. All right?
Yeah.
So how is marriage? You hate Mark yet?
No,
Is he too pushy?
no,
Is he too correcting?
no.
He doesn't correct you?
Maybe, but it doesn't feel like I'm being corrected all
Oh,
the
that's because
time.
he's so nice about it.
I wouldn't say he's nice, but
Is he nice about it to the point there's no pain to it? Like, honey, go sit down.
no.
He's like, honey, please
I
go sit
think
down.
I've experienced my ego's experienced some. I can feel that sort of spirit come,
Oh,
I
you can?
I feel
So when he's correcting you, you can feel it?
sometimes, not always.
Oh,
Sometimes I'm more receptive. Sometimes my ego's, but I just know that it's not really me. Like
Right,
if I
that's
get
right.
angry about it, I know it's not me.
that's right. Absolutely.
So
And just relax.
yeah, it's just
So
something
even
that-
though it hurt, he's like, you can't cook. You're like,
No,
what?
it's never been like unwarranted, or I
Alright.
always see that like it is something that I'm doing that I shouldn't do, or like I
So you don't mind being corrected by him? Has a man ever corrected you before him?
yeah,
Men have corrected you?
my dad, my father,
Your father? But not some other guy.
maybe I don't know, I don't remember.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
He has risen from the dead. Welcome back, man.
Thank you.
How's it
Good
going?
to be back. It's okay.
What did you learn about yourself
What have I learned about myself?
since I last saw you?
Just learn about life in general. Like you can slip up, and sometimes God doesn't just lift you up.
No. He just sitting there
Yeah,
having coffee.
And
You're
then
like, wow, that's interesting.
yeah, and then I would always think like you might mess up and hit the rock bottom, but I learned that there is no rock bottom. It's bottomless. You can keep on going.
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
That's right. That's what you. No rock bottom. It's just bottom. That is so true, man.
That's what. So I haven't learned about myself. That's what I've learned, I guess.
Yeah.
As far as about myself, just I'm learning the ways it is. Just faith is not enough that your father is going to take care of you. You have to. You have to be alert. Otherwise, it's easy. It's easy to mess up. It's easy to get lost.
Yeah.
And obedience is very important.
Without getting into all what happened, when you were lost, did you know you were lost?
No, it's always after. It's like, damn, what hit me?
Did you say damn?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, damn, what just hit me?
Millennial.
Huh?
How old are you?
What did you say?
A millennial. How old are you?
40.
Oh, no, you're not. Is he a millennial, Dave? I think he's X. X. Millennial curse. They have no other words.
Okay.
They'll curse on the radio. They'll curse anywhere.
Damn is not a curse, is it?
No, not
Okay.
right now. It all depends on how you use it and when you use it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's always it's not like I didn't realize I'm falling. It's always when you see the consequences, then you're like, how the hell,
Yeah.
this happened? What just hit me,
Right. Well, at least you're learning. Welcome back to the real world.
Thank you. I just feel like these lessons I should have learned way earlier.
Why do you feel that way?
Because it was immature mistakes that I made,
Right.
And that should have been in like 20s maybe to mess up and learn these lessons, not just reach this age and start paying.
But don't do that, though. Don't just be
Okay.
grateful that you're waking up now, that you're learning the lesson now. Don't get back, oh, I should have learned it a long time ago. You're learning it when you're learning it, and you're right on time. Don't let Satan tell you that you're behind time. You're not. As long as you're alive, that's when you should learn it. All right? Don't have a time to it.
Okay.
Just relax. Smoke a joint. No, I shouldn't say it to you. Huh? Don't smoke a joint. Victoria, welcome back.
Hi, Jesse.
How-
Thank you.
Are you here just for the holiday?
I'm here until Tuesday.
Oh, where's your husband?
He is in New York.
How's it going?
It's going well.
So where did you move to?
Well, I'm going to Vegas on Tuesday because we're going to move to Vegas.
Lord, y'all like
I know.
gypsies.
I
They
know.
moved to Florida, they moved to London, they moved to South Central.
No, well, we've been traveling for the past 3 months.
And so you're coming back, you're going to move back this way.
And we were in New York because he got some work there.
Right.
So that's what he's doing there now. And I said, well, while you're doing that, I'll come to California and then go to Vegas and look for a place for us to live.
Oh,
So
okay.
We're doing that.
And how do you know you want to move to Vegas?
It was revealed to me. It was revealed
By
to
who?
both of us. By
who?
God.
Oh, Lord. They'll be back to L.A.
No.
God said, y'all need to move to Vegas.
Well, Jesse, I gotta say, being out of LA
Yeah.
and seeing other places was definitely eye-opening
Yeah.
and very enlightening for us. We went to Greece, where he's from, and we saw the situation there, and we called you from Georgia, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And Georgia, it's a beautiful city, but I mean, there's no place like America.
Right.
Really,
that's
there
for sure.
isn't. There is no place like America.
Yeah.
And I believe that we shouldn't run away because we have to fight for our country. And so I do want to run away from LA, but not from America.
Okay.
So at least we're going to go to Vegas and make Vegas red again.
All right. So have you seen Christina anywhere?
Yes, we did see her.
Christina used to come to church here, right? And she was so helpful.
She's
and
doing
as soon as
great.
she got a man, I ain't seen her. Hey, she gone. I'm like, where's Christina? She's in London. What?
She's
Riding on the
actually in
back of a
Thailand.
bike.
She's
Huh?
in Thailand right now.
Shall I say hello?
I will. I
Amazing.
actually spoke to her this morning before coming to church, and she's doing very well, and she's doing her silent prayer.
Are they married? She and the guy?
They're engaged.
Oh, good.
As far as I know.
Right on.
But yes, they're doing well.
And so how you and your husband getting along?
We're doing well, but we did.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
When they go,
No, we're doing very well, but we spent time with his mother in Greece.
Oh, God.
And that was, yeah.
Greece is the word. How did that go for you?
It was World War III.
Yeah.
It was bad.
So is he better for it or the same or worse?
No, I think that needed to happen.
Yeah.
And it actually happened the very last day when we were leaving. It sort of exploded. And I think she was feeling it because she felt that there was a change in us and we were not putting up with her
Right.
craziness.
Absolutely.
So, and she felt that she was losing control and we were going to leave. And so it exploded that day. And I think I probably said things that I shouldn't have said because it wasn't my place to say them, but I did say it, and I don't regret it.
Right.
I told her I never want to see her again,
Good.
which is true.
Yeah.
I really don't.
That way you don't have to worry about her moving to Vegas now.
Exactly.
Oh, good.
Exactly.
Made that clear.
Yeah. And but it needed to happen.
Yeah.
So I told her the truth. And then I watched church that one Sunday when someone talked about how if we're speaking to someone that's older, we should maybe talk to them with respect or differently. And I had no sense of that with her. I just felt like I needed to just tell her the truth. I was like,
Right.
I forgive you for the damage that you've done to my husband and to your sons. And she wanted to bite my face off when I said that. She's like, the damage I've done to my kids? I'm like, yeah, you have. You've made a lot of damage. And I don't know if it was my place to say it, but I said it because I can see the damage that she did. And it was very obvious when I was there
Right.
how much damage she
Well, at
did.
least you gave her something to think about.
I sure
At
did.
least you got to think about that.
I know she hates me.
Yeah. But
It's
that's all
fine.
right. So are you still trying to control your husband?
No.
You never try to control him at all.
Yes, I am a little bit. But I'm aware of it now.
What?
I'm aware of it.
You're aware of it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm aware I'm controlling you.
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, amazing.
And he calls me out,
Right on.
and I take it. I'm like, you're right.
Well, welcome back home.
Thank you.
I'm glad to
It's
see
good
you.
to see you.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
Alexis and Simon and everybody says hi.
Hello. I miss seeing everybody, but I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
What I noticed on Black Friday is that most people are like sheep. And it's a setup, right? Like when Thanksgiving is coming along, they start advertising. Black Friday is coming. Get ready. We're going to have all kinds of sales going on. And people don't think, oh, wow, they're trying to manipulate me. They get ready. And then on Friday morning at 3 a.m. in the morning, they're lining up at the doors of the stores. And the people keep the door closed so that the excitement can come, right? And then they open the door, and now everybody run, grown people, stampeding over each other, stomping each other, yelling. I'm like, what the? And I'm thinking, why can't they see that they're being manipulated? Why don't they see these are grown people, men and women, and they're being manipulated on Thanksgiving Day? And now they're starting to advertise Christmas, even before Thanksgiving is over, getting you excited about that. That is brainwashing too. And then they say, well, everything's on sale, right? But it's really not on sale. It's really costing what it should be costing anyway. You know what I'm saying? And people think that they're getting a deal. You cannot or should not let things be that important to you that the world can control you like that. Most people just brainwashed. They're like, and then I saw this protest at a college recently where, what's the lady's name that was speaking at this college? They're like, I am a victim. The protester was-
Heather McDonald.
yeah, this woman named Heather McDonald, right? She was telling the kids, you're not a victim in a university. And the ones that didn't like the message, I am a victim. You can't convince me I'm not a victim. Somebody told them that they are a victim. Can you imagine paying your money to a school, getting that much in debt, and your child think that they're a victim? You're paying someone to brainwash your children. It's so crazy what's happening. But I realize that's the Old Testament out there, and that's the way it should happen. The New Testament is inside of us. So you got to start living from that world. It's a totally different reality. But the world is brainwashed. You can make them believe anything. That's why I told you to start thinking for yourself. Let it go in one ear and out the other. Wait till you see what the answer is. It will be revealed to you. They are not, come right here, they are not smarter than you at all. They are dummies. The people in the world are dummies. They are dumb as a doorknob, and they paid $100,000 for a piece of paper that's called degree. Isn't that crazy? Yes, sir.
So I wanted to add on about the Black Friday thing you were talking about.
Yes.
So I went to high school in Oklahoma, and it's in the Bible Belt, and it's even worse there. There were people lining up Thanksgiving evening, so they'd forego having a time with their family. They'd go to Best Buy at like 5 p.m. and stand in line, and you'd drive by, and all these stores just had lines of people.
How come they can't see? Well, I know why they can't see, but why do you think they can't see that they're being used, manipulated?
I think they just grew up in it, in the world, and nobody really told them differently in the churches. They don't really point it out, like you do.
And
So
the
people
men
just go
be
along
out
with
there
it.
lined up too.
Yeah, the men are the first ones.
Yeah,
They hold the place
right.
for their wives.
Isn't that crazy?
It's
Oh,
crazy.
honey, I'll hold your spot. Instead of saying, no, we're not falling for this. We're going to wait and do it the right way.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Have you ever done that? Lined up for stuff?
No way.
How
I mean,
about you?
nowadays.
Have you ever done that? Yeah.
No, not really.
Not
And,
really? So what do you think about your sister-in-law, the way she treat your brother?
I tell my brother that I think he married my mom.
Yeah. He
She's,
definitely married his mama.
She's exactly how my mom is, and she's very angry too. And I also see that with my mom. My mom is very emotional,
Yeah.
and I thought that was love. So only now I see the things she did to us as kids, she was very wrong. My dad, as a husband to my mom, he wasn't the best. He cheated, he did all these things, and when we were young, my mom would tell us, and we hated our father the same way she hated him. And only now, since my dad got sick, I don't know what happened, but one day I just decided to just know my dad. So we just started sitting down and I started knowing him for myself. He told me how
Amazing.
he grew up, his stories, and I realized there's so much pain and anger when he was growing up as well. And I was
Yeah.
even telling him, even him being a father, I don't know how he did it because his father was very, very aggressive, even to him. And what he saw was very bad. So now, and you always talk about forgiveness. So I decided, I never realized I was exactly like my mom. So I went to forgive them. But when I went to forgive my mom, I was so concerned about her feelings.
Yeah.
So I only told her that I forgive her for what she did, and I'm sorry that I judged her, but I did not tell her that she was wrong for telling us what our dad did.
Right.
Because I feel like she needed other people to, she was on her own, she was lonely, and she needed us to back her up. And I see that mostly with my brother. My dad almost, I don't want to say he resents my brother, but my brother is exactly like my mom.
Yeah.
He's very emotional. Even sometimes I have to tell him to just calm down and let the moment pass. Even when we're coming here, there were moments things didn't go too well, and he would freak out. And I would just tell him, you know what, just calm down, try to just let the moment pass. But it's very hard for him, and I see that it's hard for myself as well.
Yeah.
And there were moments I tried to do the silent prayer, and I was doing well for 2 days, and then I couldn't keep it up. I just don't know why. So
Well, next time you do it, and these things are going through your mind and your body's reacting, whatever, just sit there and take it. Let it happen. You know, because Satan doesn't want you to come into the light. He doesn't want to separate the darkness of your imagination from the light, right? So whatever's happening, if you're throwing up or whatever, just sit there and go through it. God is with you. It's just that the light is shining on the darkness, and the darkness cannot handle it. It doesn't want to disappear. And it feels like it's you because it's in your body, but it's not you. And it will die, but you have to sit there and take it. And he's going to try to put fear in you, all kind of weird stuff. God is with you. You'll be fine. It's like an exorcism or something will happen, but you'll be fine. All right? So allow yourself to go through it.
it's hard.
I
I feel like
understand.
I judge myself too much.
So what now?
I judge myself. a
No,
lot.
don't judge yourself. Because you're going to see that it's not you. Why judge something that you have no control over anyway? It's Satan making you judge yourself. So whatever happens, just relax. Smoke a joint. You don't smoke, right?
I did
Oh
once.
my God, I'm joking about the joint. Don't smoke. No.
But I got so paranoid.
She looks so
Yeah,
nice
so-
and innocent. I never met you smoke a joint. It's a
I
pot
don't
house
do
right
it.
down the street. No.
No, I don't do it anymore.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
But listen, it's a spiritual battle, and the fact that you can see where I'm coming from is God who is allowing you to see it. You see now your mother coming from, and your father and everybody, right? He's allowing you to see that. So all he requires of you now is just to relax. And of yourself, you can do nothing. And he's not going to let you die. You're not going to physically die, but that old nature will die, and you'll be fine. But you got to sit there and let it happen. And if you get too much, it's okay. Get up and go your way, but don't judge it. You know, oh, wow, I couldn't handle that. I left, blah, blah, it's not working, whatever, right? Just go back. Next time you do it, you get stronger and stronger and stronger because you can see more and more. Just relax. It's so amazing.
And I feel like, just like my mom, I seek approval from men.
Yes.
And I see that with my past relationships. And right now it's my ex, which I feel like right now, that's why I feel like I need to be single, because I know if I go with him, I'll bring him hell.
Yeah.
Now, every time when I go to bed, I dream about him.
Yeah.
So now I don't even know what dreams mean.
Good.
I'm like, sometimes I used to think that dreams are from God, and then I'll listen to them. But now I see how that relationship was, and I dream about it. So now I'm thinking maybe dreams are also like thoughts.
They are, believe me. Just relax. That's so nice. Are you married?
No, no, I'm single. 27.
So you've never been
single.
married?
No.
So the guy that you're overcoming, you were not married to him?
No, we
Oh,
only
good.
dated.
No, I'm telling you, it's working. You're being cleansed of all your unrighteousness. All that stuff you were addicted to because you were in a fallen state due to resilient parents, you're now overcoming it. And after a while, everything is just going to smooth off. And you're going to find yourself keeping the 10 Commandments without even thinking about it. It'll become natural. So just let that old nature die. That's all happening. Even with the dreams, you now understand they're not really what you thought they were because God is allowing you to see that. Your mind is being renewed. This is better than silver and gold for me to hear you say this because you're doing fine. You're on your way. How do your mother treat you when you're around her now?
At first, I see that she judges my dad so much. I live with, my parents live with me. They used to live in Toronto.
They live with you?
Since
Your parents live in your house?
we got an apartment together. Since my dad got sick,
Right.
they all stopped working so we can take care of my dad.
Can't you find a cheaper place and put your mother and father in there and go over there to help?
We never thought about it. That's like
That's
before we started
amazing.
watching. And us being Africans too, the way we are, we're taught you have to take care of your parents. That's just what
That's
it
a
is.
setup.
So when it happened, it just made sense that they
The
live with me.
Armenians are like that too. And I think, I may be wrong, but isn't it true that the man has to stay home until you get married, right? So they have the same thing going on. That's a setup, and most of the time it comes from the mother. Most of the time the father is not encouraging, oh, we want to live with our kids, oh, they owe us, we got to stay together. Most of the time that comes from the mother. It's another setup to keep that control over you. I recommend, do what you guys want, of course. Y'all find some little cheap place in Canada, not whatever, right? Move your parents into that place and then go and help when you want to or whatever. But if you let her stay there, she's going to destroy you.
I see that too. She judges my dad. Every time he'll say something, she'll just not agree with anything he says, and she'll look at me for approval to also judge, and I look away. Me and my sister always talk about it. Like the moment my dad says something, she will just have something to say.
Yeah.
And one time I told her that I understand that, he's your husband, but this is also my father.
That's right.
I have to love in my own way. I feel like every time when you do this to me, you're imposing how you feel about him, and now I cannot separate those two. But now I see it so well why my dad and my mom have that relationship, because I can only imagine being married for so long to that kind of person.
Yes.
And then how he would feel being angry. And just both of them being angry, now I get it.
That's right. Amazing. So next time she does that, if you have to stay there, just say, you're being evil right now. Cut it out, evil lady. Get behind me, Satan. Mama, Satan is your daddy. You should just call it out so she'll know it's not a game. You're not playing the game with her. And that's what love is. Just don't hate her because she can't help it, right? But be honest with her. Don't look away. Just say, Mama, you're being evil. You're wrong. You need to repent. And that way somebody is showing her love. But to look away and not tell her the truth is not helping her. And you're going to build courage and love and all that. It's helping you to speak up. Otherwise, she's going to destroy you. You're living there with her. Or she's living with you. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
Is your sister getting better too, or is she still subject to the mother?
My sister, she's doing really well.
Oh, good.
She sees it too. And every time we always talk about it. And we always say we need to separate their relationship and just see things for ourselves and not judge.
Yes. Speak up, though. They say, Mama, you crazy. Mama, what's wrong? Mama, get behind me. No, but speak up. But I reckon, do what you want. I'm not there in Canada, right? I wouldn't live with her. Not that I wouldn't go help, but not out of guilt. Only if you want to. And that's what love is. But I would not live there. Especially if your mother is, because your mother is not willing to admit she's wrong like that. That's an evil spirit you're dealing with. And it's not good to hang out with evil spirits too long. It's not even good to hang out with an angry person too long. Because it will get to you eventually. It really will.
Yeah.
So I would get out. I would take the midnight train to Georgia. You know, but I'm so happy that you guys are waking up. It's amazing how it's the same spirit all around the world, huh? Yeah. It is, so it's not about color. It's not about male or female. It's not about these isms and things like that. It's not about all this stuff that the world have told you. It's a spiritual battle. Really, it's about good or evil. It's just that simple. There's a guy came by to see me the other day from the UK, 23 years old, and he was so impressive. You know, he came from the UK to visit. We talked, and he didn't know the mother was the issue either until he heard me talk, and then he realized, yeah. And then he found out his mother had lied to him about the father and everything. So he forgave. He went and started his own business. His business is going well now, and he's traveling around the United States all by himself. 23-year-old male. Not a beta, but an alpha. And that's what's going to happen to all of you. Your life is changing. Really. It's just mind-blowing. So, speak up. I will move out, but do what you want. All right? Do you think I'm wrong about that, about telling you should move?
No, it makes sense because I see that living in it every time.
Yeah.
You keep reliving it, and every time it wakes up these feelings inside of you.
Yes.
So even if you try to escape it, you cannot help it.
That's right. You're not supposed to stay around evil that long. You rebuke it, and then you go your way. Because if they're not willing to change, believe me, that thing is working inside of her, and it want to destroy you guys. It want you back. While you're sleeping, say just tell her, look at her, she all relaxed. She thinks she getting away?
And I see that myself right now.
Yeah.
Even my brother, everyone tells me there was a moment when I was doing very well, working on myself, and then I don't know what happened, it just stopped.
Yeah.
And then I just felt so stuck and I cannot get myself back up.
Yes.
And I don't know where it's coming from, but I do see that me being stuck at that place.
Yeah. You're on your way back. You just need to get away from your mother. Get your own place, get your job, stay with, and let yourself overcome this guy because he's not good for you. And then God will smooth everything out, and if you want to be married, he'll add a guy to you, and it'll work out just fine. Really, it really will, but just relax. All right? But get away from your mother.
And the guy is not for me.
The guy's not for you. So all these dreams you're having about him, let them pass. You're overcoming him. And the next guy you get with, if he want to have sex with you, tell him no. And if he walk away, fine, he wasn't for you. All right? Because he's not going to be able to lead you if he's looking for sex. He's looking for a mama's love. And he will add one unto you. The right man. All right?
I'm glad we came across you on YouTube.
I am too.
Yeah, it's been helping a lot.
It's working around the world. I hear from people around the world. It's so amazing. I never imagined that would happen.
It's crazy. No one else tells you these things.
Yeah.
And when people talk about racism, I say, we were born in Zimbabwe, and I say, we kicked out, the people kicked away all the white people, and I see how bad it is doing over there.
Yeah.
And they can blame racism, so I see what's going on in America.
Same
It's
thing.
crazy. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with any race.
Not
It's
at
really,
all.
yeah, it's really
It's
a
the spirit.
Yes.
It's the God that you serve.
Yes.
Did I hear Maxine Waters say that it's time to take the white people land? Or was that a fake news? Did I hear that, James?
I don't know.
Oh. Anybody else heard that? Did you hear that? Oh, okay. It may have been fake news. It was online where Matthew was saying it's time to take the white people land. But anyway, any other questions for me?
No, nothing. Thank you
Okay,
so
I
much.
really want you to relax. You're doing just fine. That warfare that's been going on inside of you all along is now being revealed, and you're going to see of yourself you can do nothing about it. So don't judge yourself. Don't call it right or wrong. Don't call it good or evil. Just relax and go for the ride. Get your own place, or throw mama off the train or something. But speak up to her. Don't hate her. She literally can't help it, all right? Okay. I'm glad you guys are here. That's amazing. Yes.
I have a few questions from online in the live YouTube chat.
Oh, okay.
Eastside Okieville 209 says he's asking if he should move up to the middle of nowhere in the woods to get himself together. Is that necessary, or should he do it where he is now? He says that he lives in the straight ghetto.
Is his name Jesus?
I don't know.
No, don't move up to the woods. What you're looking for is inside. It doesn't matter if you live in the ghetto. It doesn't matter if you live in a little hole. If you get to know yourself and pay attention to that, it'll change. Really. You don't have to go up to the hill. You don't have to look here or there. It's with you already. The kingdom of heaven is inside. So look within, not without.
Malkuth X, Nick from St. Louis, he says, if the Bible says that God spoke through a donkey, why would it be impossible for God to speak in an audible voice?
But we don't know if he spoke to a donkey in an audible voice or not, right? Did he say it out loud?
In the Bible, the
Well,
donkey...
the one thing, God can do what he wants.
Yeah.
So that's the reality. Whatever he wants to do, he can do it. But what he has done is he made a distinction between his voice and Satan's voice. Satan's voice talk to you. His voice is a voiceless voice. So if you want God to teach you like a donkey, get on your knees, boy. Get on your knees and act like a donkey and see what happens.
I have a super chat from Fredern100 from, I think, Norway. He says, question for Jesse. What is the difference between knowing right from wrong and judging right from wrong?
It's when you hate what you see. That's all it is. If you see injustice and you hate it, you're judging. If you see it and don't hate it, you're not judging. That's the difference. Don't hate what you see. All right? Did I see your hair? Yes. And then I got a question.
Jesse, so being with his mother for that amount of time, when we first got there, we were all prayed up and we were coming from here and full of the Holy
All
Spirit.
prayed up.
And
James would tell me something this morning. I'm like, I think it was James, somebody. I said, oh, I'll pray on it. You hear the Christians say they'll pray on it? What does that mean? I'll pray on it. And it never works out. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, we were, doing our silent prayer. We were just great. And
Yes.
everything was fine. And like you said, when you're in the presence of evil, it sucks you in.
Yes.
And no matter how much we both were aware of it and we kept calling each other out and say, don't judge her, don't judge her. We kept telling that to each other the moment we felt that one of us was doing it.
Right.
She sucked us in.
Yep.
In bad, to the point that I thought I had gotten rid of the hatred and it was gone, because I did the forgiveness with my mom. And I hated her. I hated her. And I felt bad about it, but I was aware of it. And Costas was correcting me, saying, you're hating her, you're judging her. And I'm like, I know I am, but I can't help it. Like, I know what she's doing. It's pure evil. And when you say, I think the biggest trick, and people, it's in the Bible, I guess, that the devil made us believe is that he doesn't exist and that he's not real. But he is so real.
He's real.
When that last day when she blew out, I could actually see like a little demon inside of her, like fighting through her.
Yes.
Her facial expressions changed. It was like she could
Yeah.
bite my face off.
I have heard over the last 29 years, I've heard horror stories of what these mothers are doing to their children, adult children. It's mind-blowing. I had no idea it was that bad. But it's horrible what the mothers are doing to their children.
Yeah. I thought my mom was evil, but this was another level of evil.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
One of the days I'm going to write a book. It is crazy how that spirit is. And what they'll do it to their children and not feel anything about it. To the husband. I had one guy tell me that when he was a kid, his mother and father divorced or whatever, and the mother told him that the father died in a plane crash. So he grew up all his life thinking that his father was dead in an airplane, and all of a sudden you find out his father's still living. As a grown adult male, he's just finding out. And he told the mother about it. Oh, I don't care. He ain't no good. No big deal to her. And the son suffered all that time thinking his father was dead.
Yeah.
How do you tell your child your daddy died in an airplane crash and let them believe that? Sorry, ladies.
Yeah, like this woman's demon inside her is almost as bad as that. And seeing it was jaw-dropping. But I resented myself for having allowed myself to get to that level.
You should do that.
And I'm letting it go now.
Yeah.
But I could see her choking the life out of us while we were there,
Yeah.
second by second. And it drew us back. But obviously,
That's why
getting
when
out
I
of
visit
there.
my family, I stay at a hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can stay with us. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want to be around that.
Yeah.
Your spirit cannot handle that for too long.
No.
Yeah. Amazing, but don't hate
Lesson
yourself.
learned, though.
Be glad to see it.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So relax.
It's actually made us stronger as a couple
Absolutely.
because we came out of it together, even though we were shaken up.
Right on.
We came out stronger.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Shanara, did I see your hand?
Yeah, earlier I think I forgot what I was
Okay.
going to say.
You forgot?
I think so.
Okay.
I did want to tell you, what do you think? It seems like when you have Democrats and Republicans, it seems like it's kind of like the battle of the sexes right there. You have the conservative who wants to be frugal with the money, wise, and you got the liberal who wants to give it away, and you have the conservative who wants to protect the country, masculine, feminine. So what we're seeing with Democrat and Republican is pretty much
Well,
masculine,
normally
feminine.
that's what it stands for, but not today because the average Republican is a beta male. He's a mama's boy. So he's no different than the Democrats because the Republican Party is weak now. If it wasn't for President Trump, there would be no Republican Party, to be honest. It'll be a namesake only, but the spirit will be the same.
I see it.
That's
I
why
agree with
y'all
you.
got to run for office. All right? Don't run from California. Run for office. God is with you. And we need good men and women in every area of life. Don't run. You can't run because they're going to follow you wherever you go. You got to take a stand. Good will defeat evil. We have Delta come here for a minute, Esteban. So you're right. The party is no different, though.
Yeah.
All right? Okay. I got to ask this biblical question from last week. Anybody remember what it was?
Would you rather live unclean life or die an honorable death?
Yeah. Which do you prefer, an unclean life or an honorable death? And you say?
I'd probably have to say an unclean life because then you have a chance to clean it up.
So you prefer unclean life
Yeah,
over an honorable death?
It's like you're not going to get to celebrate that because you'll be dead.
I heard that before.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say?
It seems like an unclean life is something where it's temporary and you can change. So just at this moment, I think I agree with him.
So you prefer unclean life? I mean,
As
over
opposed to,
an honorable
to death. Well,
Oh, okay.
death is final. So yeah, I would say unclean life because it's temporary and you've always got a chance to change.
Oh, okay. Amazing. What do you say, Mark?
Unclean life.
It's nice to have my bodyguard back. Thank you. You took my bodyguard. You would say unclean life?
Yes, sir.
Why?
I'm ignoring the adjectives unclean and honorable, and I'm choosing life over death.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like you want us to say, or It sounds like it would be tempting to say honorable death. I'd rather die honorably because I want what's right. But if you look at people, we live unclean lives, right? If we sin or if we do whatever. So we're obviously making the choice every day to lead an unclean life.
So you say it sounds like I want you to say an honorable death?
No, not that you specifically are doing that, but it seems like it's tempting for a guy, and like that guy's, oh, I'm going to die an honorable death, man. I'm tough.
Yeah.
And I think we actually choose unclean life.
So have you thought about this question all week?
I mean, not like nonstop, but yeah.
Right. Okay. What did you say, Ernest? I can't wait to hear this.
Originally I said unclean. I would rather lead a clean life.
You prefer unclean life over an honorable death?
Yeah, but I'm changing. I think I thought about it, and I'm changing my answer. I think it's better to have an honorable death because I think what matters is what happens to you when you go out. You can live just like that guy that was on the cross next to Jesus. He was a sinner, and then at the last minute, he repented, and so I think it matters how you go out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're choosing an unclean life?
If I have to, since you're making me choose.
No, which one are you choosing?
I'm choosing a honorable.
You prefer to have an honorable death?
Yes.
Oh, amazing. What about you?
I choose honorable death.
And why?
If I could leave a legacy to some people, I'd want to leave the legacy of being an honorable person.
Oh, okay. Amazing. How about you? This your first time here?
Second time.
Oh, okay. How about you?
I really don't know.
You don't know?
I'm confused.
So you're confused if you want to be unclean or honorable,
Well,
right?
both of them, I can see why I would choose both and choose neither.
You can see why you would choose both?
Yeah.
Or neither?
Yeah.
So why would you choose both?
Because if you live an unclean life, at any moment you can receive some sort of grace or mercy and you could wake up and start living a clean life.
Okay.
And if you die an honorable death, it's likely that you lived a clean life because you probably wouldn't die an honorable death if you weren't somewhat of an honorable person. So both of them seem, I don't know, like a good...
So I just want to ask Doug, take here then Doug, and then I'll give you that, and then I have a brand new one. All right?
I just had another thought about that, and I think that an honorable death doesn't necessarily mean you had an honorable life. It just means that after you die, nobody's going to remember the bad things you did because nobody really has a perfect past and all that. But it means that after death, you'll be honored. And, I think that might be a little superficial. Like you want to be
And then they'll
remembered
lie
as a
at your
good person.
funeral and everything.
Yeah. And it's just like, you just want people to remember you. It seemed kind of like an ego thing, you know what I mean? Whereas, if you have an unclean life, you still have a choice to actually have an honorable life.
Amazing.
Can I respond to that?
Is somebody yelling in the meeting? No. Yes, sir.
I just had to.
Right there.
Thanks, Mark. I just had to respond to that because I'm hearing that if you have an unclean life, that you always have the opportunity to repent. But tomorrow's not promised to you. So, how you arrived
I
to
don't know
that.
where this idea came from. You can wait until you get on the cross.
Right.
I
So-
think that somebody read the Bible and they read the story about the man dying on the cross, and just before he died, he's like, okay, I recognize you, Jesus. So now people want to sin all the way up to the cross, right? And they thinking that last minute they're going to be able to repent. I wouldn't bank on that. You're right about that.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that.
Oh, okay. What did you say to this question, Doug?
Originally, I
This should be
said, can you repeat the question?
It's like we're in court. Which do you prefer, unclean life or an honorable death?
Which do I prefer? I prefer the honorable death.
Why?
Because I have no real, it's not like I can choose anything. I'm just one way or the other. And it feels like if our hearts are evil, then we're already unclean. And I don't choose that.
You smoke pot?
Maybe I should.
No, I'll mess with you. So let me tell you how I came up with this idea. I was reading a story about this guy, and he was like a warrior kind of a guy, right? He wasn't afraid of anything. He stood up against evil. And then they captured him one day, and they gave him a choice whether to die or to live. And so they offered him pork, but he didn't eat pork, right? And so they said, well, we would give you a normal kind of meat and let you live, or you have the choice to eat pork and die. We'll kill you. And the guy decided that he was going to eat. He was going to eat the pork because he said that in life we should not accept. And I wrote it down so I make sure I say it right. In life, you should refuse to eat forbidden food, even for the love of life. So he refused to accept wrongdoing, even if it meant he could stay alive. You know how a lot of you are afraid to speak up because you don't want to lose something? You don't want to lose your job, or you don't want to be called racist or woman hater or man hater. When you refuse to speak up because of what may happen to you, you're really choosing forbidden fruits, forbidden food. And you're saying that you'd rather be alive, even if it is wrong, rather than die a noble life, a death, so that the person that is watching can learn from that, right? You know, this woman or this man, he was a noble person. He didn't give in to the okie doke. He didn't say, okay, I'll do what you want, as long as you let me keep my job, or I'll do what you want, as long as you don't call me a name. So he was a good example for it, and that's what we should be as sons and daughters of God. We cannot settle with same-sex marriage and all this crap just happening because they're threatening to take your life. That makes sense? That's where I got that. I'm like, wow, this is a good biblical question, because that's what's happening in the world today. A lot of people are choosing an unclean life over noble death. They say, well, if you say this, you're a white supremacist. And so now you won't say it. If you disagree with this, you're homophobic. Now you won't say it, just to stay alive and live an unclean life. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Yes, James. That's where I got that from.
The chat is all distracted because they think that you got the choices backwards.
In what way?
Because you said pork and eat pork and
so
die.
he didn't eat pork because pork was dirty meat.
Yeah.
And so, but because he was a warrior, a spiritual warrior, he was a strong guy, he dealt with stuff, right? But they captured him. And they said, we'll let you stay alive if you eat the pork. That's not what you said the first time. Oh, okay. If you eat the pork. And he said, no. And his friends were begging him to eat the pork. They're like, eat the pork, eat the pork. You're still alive. But he refused to do it. They offered him a better meat to keep him alive. Is it clear now? Is it clear out there? Who don't understand it?
You say they offered him the pork instead of steak.
Right. Well, no. They offered him the pork with the bad meat. And if he eat the pork, it will kill him.
No, he'll stay alive.
No, if he eat the good meat. So let me, pork is bad meat. Wait, hold on.
Where's the Bible?
Right. Pork is bad meat, right? And he didn't eat pork. But he spoke up anyway. And they said to him, okay. And I have to add so you'll see what I'm talking about. If you stop speaking up, we will keep you alive and let you eat the good meat, the non-pork, right? But he said, no, give me the pork. I'm not going to settle for unforbidden fruit. So he ate the pork. Is that clear? Tell them, James, what I'm saying. Tell them, Mark, what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying because you keep on getting it seemingly backwards.
Well, here's the better example. Here's the bad fruit. Right, here's the bad fruit. You know how the world try to make you accept everything that's wrong.
So he died.
If you don't get married, it's okay to live together, and you can't speak against it. Don't speak out against homosexuality, or you're homophobic. Don't speak out against women, or you hate women. And to stay alive, you say, yes, okay, I accept it, right? Then you're like, I won't ruin your career. I won't call you names if you agree with us. And even though you know it's wrong, you agree with them. Now you have accepted the unforbidden meat because you've agreed with it. You may be alive, but you're still unclean. You ain't worth a dime. Rather than speak it up, even if it means death. Speak up. But I got my new question for you. Don't run.
I'm going to go get some ribs.
Is that real clear now? Okay. Is it clear, Ernest? Oh, okay. The point is, you got to speak up. It's not doing you any good to not speak up. You're becoming like them. You're alive, but you're not clean. You're no good. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yes, sir. Did you have a question? Okay.
So I totally get the whole concept of the story and everything, but it's like, and that you find your hill and you choose to die on that hill for truth, I guess. But it's like, what good are you once you're dead? I mean, I get that it's an honorable death, but like.
Because what happened is, like, let's say that I speak up.
Yeah.
And I don't care what they think. I love what's right with all my heart, soul, and might, right?
Mm-hmm.
They call me, they say I hate women, I hate the gays, I hate my mom, I hate my dad, I hate my color. But I love what's right.
Got it.
And by them calling me names, and I've been banned from different things and all kind of crap, but I still love what's right. And I refuse to go along with them just to be liked by them, just to be alive. I love what's right, so I'm living by that.
Right. Okay.
And so, you know how, God forbid, I'm never dying, but let's say I die. At least you used to say Jesse Stewart for something, even at the threat of death, even at the threat of name calling. He stood for what is right. And just think of the young people and older people who would see that, and they would be encouraged too to stand up for what is right, instead of caving in just to be alive.
Okay.
That makes sense?
It does, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes, Mark.
Yeah, it's interesting to put unclean life on one end and an honorable death on the other, where daily, it's not even a death that we're, facing. It's like, oh, I don't want to upset them, or oh, I know how they're going to react, or, oh, they're going to say
That's
this.
Right. They're going to shadow ban you.
And yeah, we're afraid of a shadow ban or a Facebook comment.
That's
So we're
right.
like, oh, no, I'm not a hater. Which, you obviously make all your Christians look like haters now too, because
That's
you're saying
right.
that, like, yes, we are haters if we don't go along with your stuff. So it's interesting to see that you're not even up there on the guillotine for death. It's like so minuscule, and like still sometimes we're like, yeah, it's the iPhone's on sale.
The one thing I want you to know is that once you overcome fear completely, and you will, once you overcome that mind, your mind will be renewed. You're not going to think twice about not being honest. It's not going to even occur to you, oh, I may hurt their feelings, or I may lose my job, or I may, like you got to move out from your mama. After a while, it will be normal that she's living over there, you're going to help if you want to, rather than living in this situation not being yourself, right? It's going to be normal to do it the right way, and you'll see you have real love. I was at my aunt's house and uncle's house for dinner. I rushed over there. Thursday, I did my radio show. Then I went to the gym. And then I took a quick shower and ran over there before the rest of the family to get there. And I ate really fast, then I left before they got there. But while we were there, my aunt and some of my cousins was having this conversation. And I was like, not even realizing, just being myself, totally disagreeing, not even just being me, right? And my uncle came out of the room, why you always got to be so bold? I'm like, what? He like, why you always got to be so bold? Shut up. Don't, you know how men normally shut up in a crowd, especially with women? But I didn't think to do that because I don't have that fear in my heart anymore. I don't have anger in my heart. I don't hate anyone. I'm just speaking what the truth is. And we happen to be talking about the Bible at the time because they're really into the Bible. And so I asked them my biblical question, and they couldn't answer it. They just would quote scriptures. I'm like, look at you, all you're doing is quote scripture. And that's when my uncle came and said, why you got to be so bold? Because normally people cower down. But your mind is being renewed, and you're going to live from the love of God, and it's not going to be a problem. It doesn't feel like nothing. It doesn't feel like you're against them or anything. You're just representing what is right. And that is an amazing way to live. Absolutely amazing. You know something? You are changing. Relax. Smoke a joint. You're changing. And just know when you get in your head about something and you start feeling weird, it's not that God is doing it to you. You didn't go back to sleep. You just believe the thought because you've been listening to thoughts all your life. Now you got to come back to revelation. You're on your way back. All right? That makes sense, everybody? Just relax. Hermes, you had your hand? Oh, and then I take Frank. And then I got it in. Yeah.
What Mark was saying, even though we don't speak up and it's not at the threat of dying, I mean, the lack of speaking up is kind of like you're spiritually dying by not standing up or, doing what's right.
Most people don't speak up because to speak up feels like death.
Right.
Like, wow, what's going to happen if I speak up? So you're making a sacrifice that I'm going to go along with it just to be alive, but you're not going to be happy.
Right. So you're still sacrificing something, your soul.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Frankie.
So, I growing up with my father and how he was.
You grew up with your father?
I did.
Where's James? James, grew up.
Yeah. I'm black.
Grew up.
So growing up, I got to see him fight.
One time, so much I stopped having him on the show.
So I got to see
he
him
was like
fight.
a talking library. Yes.
And see him go through challenges and see him fight. And so I got to see how a man deals with things, even physically fighting. And, one thing, and there's been some times when I was not very strong. And I realized that, a man, he has to stand up. And, there are heroes, all our heroes, most of my heroes, the dead ones, they live forever.
They are now zeros.
But they live forever. They're alive now. We remember them. And the coward people are the ones you forget, I mean, all the apostles in Christ, they chose to live and die, for what they believed in. And so that's what we're supposed to be, followers of
and
Christ.
I want you guys to let yourself grow to that, right? Because you're being renewed, and so it'll be perfect timing for everything, right? But if you do it out of ego because you think you got it, you're going to do it and say it at the wrong time and destroy yourself. Allow yourself to grow, and it will be real clear to you. It will be made clear when to speak up, when to let it pass, not to judge yourself. All right? Yes, last word. And then I got to ask this question, and we're out of here.
I think that something that's more important than dying for what you believe in would be living for what you believe in. And I just think that we can make more, we can continue to fight for what we believe in if we're still alive. So I just think that, the dying thing, it's a tough one. It's really a tough one because
but the whole point
I'm
is
kind of torn
when you
on it.
accept wrong as a right because you're afraid to speak up, then you're dying.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
but
you're
if I have to make a choice between dying because I didn't, because I refused to eat the pork, and just eating the pork, relaxing and just eating the pork just so I can live to speak out against, other injustices and be there for my family. Because if I die, my kids are going to grow out without a father, and a lot of problems can come from that. And so there's just, I don't know, I think it's something that you would really have to think about. It's not like an obvious choice.
But once you're born again, you wouldn't have to think about it.
Yeah.
It would be obvious what to do. See, that's another thing. Once you're born again and you overcome your mind being renewed, everything is clear. It's so apparent. It really is. Just like the sunshine on a bright day. No doubt about it. All right? So I got to ask this brand new biblical question for this week. And I want to ask Doug first. And some of you know Doug is my computer guy, right? And he's also the guy that teaches you how to shoot guns or something. And I'll tell you in a minute how I came up with this one. So here's what I want you to start paying attention. Be aware. Just your mind will be talking to you too, but let it pass, right? And you will be surprised what you will see. What, James?
People responding to.
So is that real clear now about the other question? It's very clear? Okay. So when you're afraid to speak up, you are eating unclean meat. And you're saying, I want to be alive and unclean, as long as I'm alive, right? That's what you're doing. All this stuff that they're dishing out to you. Yes, James?
So, was nothing real is asking, but isn't there a time for everything, like a time to...
Yes, that's what I was saying to the young man. When you wake up, you will see those times.
Okay.
There's a time for everything.
All right. This other person, Aaron, well, I have a couple of other questions not related to that. One is, guys, asking what you think about the spiritual armor.
Who?
The spiritual armor?
I've never seen one.
No, the armor of God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, when you wake up, that is what you'll be. It's like he put a protective bubble around you, and you're in the world, but not of it. You're protected from the world. It's so amazing.
Last quick question. Is it okay to descend into isolation? This person says he's doing all the right things, but doesn't have many people in his life that he cares to be around.
Right.
Is it possible to get married and start a family in isolation?
Well, I don't quite understand. Call the show tomorrow, man. But God will add everything to you. If you're doing it, you're growing, don't worry about it. I don't quite understand the question, but call me tomorrow and I can ask. So here's my new biblical question for this week. It's a doozy. What is the spirit of man where is the spirit of man and what does it look like? Where is the spirit of man and what does it look like? Because I'm always hearing about the woman's spirit. It's everywhere. And so I thought, I'll make that a biblical question. What do you say, Hermes? Where's the spirit of man and what does it look like? Then I want to ask Doug.
Spirit of...
Let me ask them first because they work for me. And so I can torture them the rest of the week.
I would say it's within, and it's still, it's calm.
What is within?
The spirit.
Of what?
Of man.
What do you mean within?
It's within.
And within what?
Within your body.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And what does it, that's what you say, right?
Yes.
And what does it look like?
It's still,
It look like what?
It's still, it's calm, it's endures all things.
Oh, that sounds pretty biblical. All right. What do you say, Doug? Where's the spirit of man and what does it look like?
That's a tough one. I would say that man doesn't have a spirit.
Where's Joel? Is he
But I
still
want
here?
a week to think about
I
it.
can't wait to hear from Joel about it. Tell Joel to come in. Don't we want to hear Joel, boo? Yes.
I want a week to think about it. I don't know how to answer that question. I would say that man doesn't have a spirit, but I don't know for sure yet.
You say man doesn't have a
I
spirit?
would say that, yeah. But I want a week to kind of hash it out.
Is that something? Okay. Joel, come here.
Huh?
Come here.
On the stage?
Yeah.
What the?
He's like, what the? This is Joel. Did y'all know Joel from Canada? You see Joel on today? Did you know you were black? Yeah. You black. Come into the camera. So, where's the spirit of man and what does it look like?
Where is the spirit of man and what does it look like? I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I know it's the
Ooh,
spirit.
you got him. Wrap him around your finger.
But what it looks like, I don't know what it looks like, but I know it's within.
You know what's within?
The spirit of man.
How do you know that?
You can feel it.
You can feel it? You can.
I don't know what it looks like, though.
You don't know what it looks like. What does it feel like?
No, I was joking.
Come back in the camera. They can't see you. Esteban, I want to put you in the camera. Come closer.
I don't want to be that close. What was the question?
What does it feel like? You said you can feel it.
I was joking, but I had to think about that one. I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right.
Interesting.
Tell the folks how to watch your reality show.
Oh.
Have you seen his reality show? It's amazing. Check it out. It's mind-blowing. I'm so surprised by it, but yet not surprised, because once you overcome that anger, anything is possible. It really is. He has a good reality show. How can they get it?
You can watch on Mondays at 5 p.m. on youtube.com/The Gifted to Dance. Check it out. 3 episodes already in. New one comes out tomorrow.
Amazing. What do you think about his reality? Have you seen it? Oh, give me the mic there.
I've seen it, and it's pretty juicy.
I know.
Yeah, it keeps you wanting to watch it. Yeah. Yeah.
And I keep emphasizing on Joel, because when I first met Joel at church, he would live with his mother, waiting on the Lord, right? And then he finally agreed to move out. He got a job here, and everything changed. The real talent is just coming out. He's a hard worker. He doesn't blame the white folks or anybody like that. And I want you to know that that's inside of all of us, really. You're smarter than the people in the world. And to see him and working hard, and he black, that's mind-blowing. And very talented. But so you like it, huh?
I do.
Okay, so what's the new biblical question? Where is the spirit of man, and what does it look like?
So the spirit of man, I feel like, could be in the woman as well. It's in within ourselves, and it looks like in the voice of reason. It basically, it's a guide, a protector, a leader, someone that's you're like a rock, someone you can rely on and count on, and just like a stable person.
So you say that it's inside the man,
Yeah.
and it's like a protection or something?
Protector, guide, leader.
Have you ever thought about this question before?
Yeah.
Is it a good question?
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. What do you say? And then I want to ask Derek, and we're done. Yes.
Can you repeat the question?
Where is the spirit of man, and what does it look like?
Where is the spirit of man? I think within. The spirit of man is within.
You think so?
Yeah. I think,
Why do you think that?
Because I think like your spirit, your soul, that's what I think. It's within all of us. We all got the spirit. We all got a soul. And what it looks like, I'm not sure. The spirit of man probably looks like whatever love looks like.
But you're not sure?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It would just look like love, and it's within.
Is this a good biblical question?
Yeah, I think so, because I'm in my head right now, like, wait, so.
I noticed that the Christians read the Bible and quote the scriptures, and every time you ask them something, they just quote a scripture. It's like they're not really seeking for the real deal. And God said, think on these things, but they don't go any further than remembering the scriptures. And they don't know that it's amazing when you really think on the real things. Derek, what do you say? Where is the spirit of man, and what does it look like?
Where, I'm not 100% sure. What does it look like? And I think, that it's just right, being right. He just mentioned something. Love and being right all the way across.
Are you guessing, or are you sure?
No, I'm sure.
You sure, but you don't know where it is?
Not where. I have an idea, but I don't.
What's your idea?
Like the spiritual order, God in Christ, Christ over man, man over woman, like that. That order, that it's with that spirit.
It's with that spirit?
Yes.
It's with that order?
Yes.
Somewhere in there?
At the top. Yes.
All right. Esteban, you're a little sweet preacher. What'd you say?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I have
Where's
no
the
idea.
spirit of man, and what does it look like? You don't know?
I can think about it. Tell you next week.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got to hang out with Doug. You got to go figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. These two and nobody else. All right. We got it in. Yes, Mark.
I believe the spirit of man is inside, right by your belly. And it looks like what you believe in. So like what Victoria was saying earlier, it looked like a demon. If you believe in Satan, then you look like Satan. You look like evil. You look like hatred. And if you have overcome and been born again, you're just all love. And that's what you look like.
Amazing. Wrap him around your finger too. No, I'm kidding. Yes, sir.
The spirit of man looks like the great white hope.
Amazing. Oh, amazing. That's the best answer yet. No. Good answer. Before we close, any other questions about anything? Anything you want? The young lady behind you from Canada. Yeah. So you guys came a long ways.
Oh, yes, we did. I guess me being African, the concept of marriage, a traditional marriage, is that considered marriage in the eyes of God?
A traditional marriage, like?
Like when you're not the white, we call it the white wedding, not going to church and with the rings and then making that commitment in front of God.
Right.
But more like two families meeting up and then you pay dowry.
Just living together without marriage?
Yes.
Oh, that's how they do it in Africa?
Yeah, that's kind of how my brother has it. That's how we do it.
Oh, well, no wonder you're suffering.
I just wanted to know what
No,
marriage
that's not
is.
the real deal. That's why Africa is suffering. See, what happens is when God made man and woman, he married them. And so under the umbrella of marriage, you are making a promise to God that I'm going to love, I'm going to obey, I'm going to do the right thing, I'm going to be an example for my wife and children. And so the promise is really not to the wife, it's to God as his son. But when you don't do it under that umbrella of making this promise to the Father, then you're open for Satan to come in, matter of fact, give you the wrong woman and really destroy you because you don't have the help of God to help you through it. The first thing he did was to marry them. He didn't let them live together and like, all right, whatever y'all want to do, you know. So you're his son. So you're making a promise to the Father that you're going to represent him.
I think it's like a cultural thing.
What?
I think it's more like a cultural thing.
What culture was God a part of?
I mean, like the way we grew up, there was no white weddings and rings and exchanging, you know what I mean?
Right.
Vows. It was more like families coming together, and then you show your appreciation to your wife. So that was what's considered a marriage.
And how do you get your help from God?
I guess that's where the disconnect goes.
Yeah. I would recommend to do it under the umbrella of God, uniting you with your wife, right? Causing you and your wife to become as one. But because it's a spiritual thing, and you're going to need his help in the marriage, raising a family. You're going to need some insight. But if you just come together yourself like that, you're only going to have darkness, and you can't see the right thing to do.
So that means picking a church and stuff
No,
like that?
not picking in churches, having someone to marry you so you can make that promise to God. You can go to the courthouse, or however you want to do it, right? And it's not a white man thing. It's the way the Father did because he wanted to protect you at every level of life. He wanted to protect your family from the darkness.
Makes sense.
And, you know, I know a lot of people say in this country, too, well, it's just a piece of paper. And you know how the government try to get money out of you any kind of way they can, right? I don't think they need to be charging you for a wedding. You should be able to go to your pastor or someone and just do a wedding, right? But the government is always trying to tax us for money. I don't agree with that at all. But you need to go through that ceremony where God is marrying you so you can keep your promise to him.
That makes sense. But then in my case, my wife is like I grew up Catholic, and she is Pentecostal or something like that. So
Pentecostal?
Pentecost.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that means like we have to pick a church to go to.
No, you don't.
Or we can just go to the courthouse. But like
Yeah.
the issue that I've had with my wife is just going to the courthouse. For her, it's not a wedding kind of thing. It has to be the big fancy.
Tell her that's not going to happen. just you have to, now that you're waking up, you have to lead the way.
Yeah, that's why I've been always been pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. So
Yeah,
that's-
you do it. Either she accepts it or not, but you gotta lead the way. You can't. Whenever you listen to the woman, you will suffer.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you gotta lead the way so that she can overcome that. You just say, no, we're not doing no whatever, right? We're going to the courthouse. I'm gonna fly Jesse out here to Canada, and we'll do a wedding, or fly you to L.A. and you stand up on the stage, but you gonna get married. Oh, we gonna have a wedding. But you gotta lead the way, man. I understand you're in a fallen state and you got into the mess, but God is with you. You can just overcome it.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid. All right? And don't leave it the way they do it in Africa. You're doing it unto God, not unto any culture or not unto anyone, but unto Him as His Son. So He can help you through this stuff.
Okay.
All right? That make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Were you trying to make them, encourage them to get married?
I just see that he's stuck with the whole culture thing with
Yeah.
marriage. So I just wanted him to get that understanding of what marriage is.
That's right.
So that he can move on, because I feel like for him, he probably would have just gone the rest of his life with that culture of marriage, thinking that for him it's marriage.
Right,
So I
and
just
your
wanted
kid
him
will
to
suffer
be
from that
clear.
too. One last thing, once you wake up, you overcome culture. You overcome language. You're not, meaning that you're not affected by words. You overcome words. You overcome all this worldly stuff that's controlling you. You automatically overcome that, and you become a son of God, and you just live by the Spirit. Everybody else will still be doing all that madness, and you will be there, but you won't be a part of it. You will overcome the cultural thing. All right? She's right about that. All right? Anything else? No? This has been amazing. Was this helpful a little bit, guys, ladies? Yeah? Here's what I encourage you to do. Stay with the silent prayer, no matter what. Even if you're sitting in the chair or laying there or whatever, and your body is trembling, shaking, you got all these thoughts, just watch. Like you watch, let's say you're watching the TV and all of a sudden static come, you can't see the picture. But you still kind of watch, hoping that it'll stop, right? Just watch. Don't judge yourself about anything. Just relax. It's a spiritual battle. And if you should get mad, just know, wow, I was mad. But don't judge yourself. Just notice, all right? Don't smoke a joint. Let's say you get home tonight, and it's the last day of Thanksgiving, and you have a leftover turkey. And say, oh, that leftover look good with a little joint. And you're like, no, Satan, I'm going to eat it without the joint tonight. He's like, no, just a little bit. Just hit it. And you're like, all right, I'll just hit it. And then you hit the joint. And then you take some turkey, and now the turkey tastes a little better, right? And then it says, all right, you need the whole joint. And you're like, all right, one more won't hurt me. Don't fight it. Don't judge yourself. The whole point is to let go and let God. All right? We're not in charge of anything. Of ourselves, we can do nothing. So why hate yourself for it? And it will change. It is changing. All right? So thank you all for coming. I really wish you really a good rest or whatever you're doing. And we will be back on radio. Well, we were never off. We were on every day this week. And thank you for your support. We're going to have an update on the bond building fund tomorrow because some more people donated. We just don't have it right today. But I will have it tomorrow when the office is open. And any announcement? Men's Forum. Oh, yeah, Men's Forum this Thursday night. How long are you going to be in town? Oh, okay. Well, every first Thursday night, we have a Men's Forum. All right? Is that on YouTube? No, it's private. It's not on YouTube. We don't record it because what happened in those meetings stays in those meetings. And that way people can freely speak up. Same thing for the latest forums on Thursday night of the month. So when you're back, if you ever come back, you're welcome to come, all right? Did you have a question for me? I saw your hand, but I never did get to you.
I was going to say something about the question.
Yeah. Which one, the first one or the second one?
The second.
Where is the spirit of the man? And what does it look like? You say?
Well, I was thinking that if emotion and love is the spirit of a woman, you know, I would say that logic and also love and protection and things of that sort is the spirit of the man.
Amazing. I'll give my 2 cents next Sunday, if the Lord is willing and create all right. I noticed that I see the spirit of the woman everywhere. That's why I came up with this question. But I haven't seen the spirit of the man lately. I just haven't seen it. I used to see it all the time when I was growing up. But now you just see the spirit of the woman everywhere. I even saw an ad on TV where, you know how you have those things to, if your batteries, your jumper capers. You know what that is? They even had a woman show you how to do that rather than having a man do it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what the? And so I haven't seen the spirit of the man in a long time. So that's why I came up with that question, all right? So we are having a Men's Forum this Thursday night at 7 p.m. Yes, sir, Miss?
What would you say, what is the woman, the spirit of the woman?
What is the spirit of the woman? I can't tell you that. Smoke on it. And we'll talk about it next Sunday. But it's everywhere. It really is. It is weird. All right. Any other announcements? Okay, we have a brand new newsletter that we send out 3 times a year. And we just sent out the last one for this year. If you have not received it, we need your physical address to mail it to you at no cost, all right? So give it to Ernest before you leave today so that we can do it. So thank you all for coming, and happy Thanksgiving belated and whatever else. Thank you very much. Okay, that was fun.